Welcome to my first video on how to make this snow globe, snowflake storyboard tumbler. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, hi everyone. Hopefully you can hear me and this goes well. We'll see. We may have to do a dub over. I don't know. This is the first time trying to do a tutorial on how I made my snowflake tumblers. Which of course I don't have a picture of because I already packed it and shipped it and it's still sitting in the UPS trying to get to where it needs to go. Anywho, so we're going to make a storyboard snowflake snow globe tumbler. And we'll be doing this in sections because it's just kind of the way that works. So I am starting out with a 20-ounce Hog storyboard tumbler. That's pretty much what I use. It also comes in a 30-ounce as well, which I have used for other tumblers. Comes in 3 pieces. Comes in a core. This is the core portion. The outer portion. And this is the bottom. And there, of course, is a lid and a straw, etc. So I'll get there. So I'm starting out with this one because I think most folks know how to apply glitter and epoxy. And so I've already done this part ahead of time and let it cure. This is actually, I'm using a Little Lee and Rose color called Garrett that I got in a swag box. So that was helpful. A couple of things also to keep around, of course, wipes. And what we're going to do now, if I've cured it, let it sit for a little while because I was doing other things. And the next part that we need to do is get this piece on top of this piece and secure it so that there's hopefully no leaks. So that's the part that we're getting ready to do today. So to do that, what I've done, and I normally do this after, like when I'm epoxying other tumblers, but I did not plan accordingly. So this is what we're going to do before I leave the house today to run errands for the holidays. So what I do have is just a little bit of epoxy. I do use clear cast is what I typically use unless I'm using white glitter. And then I'm going to use faux Rizzle because it really does a lot better with the white glitter. But today we're just going to use this one because the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get the epoxy into this little, I'm going to call it a moat. It's kind of like a moat, so that I can put the lid on top of it and let that cure. Okay, so hopefully you can see this. I'm not 100% sure how this is going to work out, but we're going to give it a whirl. And then I've got a bunch to make after, so we'll see. So my epoxy has been sitting here now probably for about 10 minutes as I waited for the family to clear out so I can make this video. And what I do, and I keep a little, toothpick handy because I'm going to need that here in a moment. But it really doesn't take very long. It only takes about a moment. So once I try and use it in these little Dixie cups, or you can even use the little medicine cups, something that's a little flexible so that you can kind of get a little pour spout. I actually think I'm going to transfer some into this because it's shorter. Because you're not working with a lot of space, nor are you working with a lot of material. Hopefully I stay in camera. I'm a little bit of a hot mess and just all over the place, so hopefully we'll see how this works out. So really all I'm doing is I'm just going to tip that in there, and I'm going to let the epoxy just start pouring in, and then I just start turning it. Eventually the epoxy is just going to land itself down into that hole. And if I miss parts, that's okay because I'm going to go back with a toothpick and kind of move it along. And really you don't need a whole lot. What I found is I have a tendency probably to overfill it. And then my epoxy kind of you can see it through the plastic top, which is okay because I'm going to end up hydro dipping this, so it's really not going to really matter. But if you have one that you don't plan on painting the outside of the plastic cup, then you can see this epoxy. So just like that. So I'm all the way through, all the way done, and I'm going to just give it a hot minute for it to let it kind of drip down in there. Hopefully you can kind of see that. I don't know if you can or not. But really all we're doing is getting it down in there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a toothpick and just move it along, because I really want, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the epoxy all the way around. And you can see it's starting to, it'll come up in some spots where I have too much. You can see that, where it's starting to come over the edge. And so I just kind of go all the way around with it, because I can see, you probably can't, but I can see where it's missing. I can see like the cup itself. So all the way around, and I think we're good. And you're probably going to hear my husband singing because he does not know that I'm doing a video right now. So that's good times. All right, so the next thing I do once that is done, I'm literally just going to put the lid back on. I just kind of eyeball it, and then I'm going to put a lot of pressure, and I don't know if you heard it, but it sort of pops into place. And I kind of look down to see if it's moving a little bit. Yeah, put all my weight on that. The other thing I look to see, try and see if it's kind of level there. I can't say I ever really get it perfect because I don't. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the bottom and I am going to screw this on as well, just to give it some extra pressure to keep it in place. And then my last step, because I got epoxy on the outside, is I'm going to use a baby wipe. Do not use acetone. Acetone and acrylic do not mix. So that's really it for that step. And we'll come back and do the next step where we fill it with the glycerin and water. Stay tuned. All right, hi guys. So we're on to day 2. So yesterday what we talked about was getting this outer cup onto the base so that we could fill it up and put glitter in it, because yes, glitter is the best. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to create what goes inside. So this is one of the only storyboards I have right now, and from watching other folks do it, and unfortunately I don't recall her name, but what she recommended was a quarter glycerin, which I just got this from Hobby Lobby, and then the other 75% in distilled water, which I basically just picked this up from the grocery store. So again, and I'll be honest, I don't know how much goes in a cup. I just do this every time. I'll probably eventually figure out how much really goes in a 20-ounce cup. So again, we're just going to go with a quarter, which is all I'm going to have left. So I need to go buy more, but that's going to work. And then we are going to do the rest. I'm just going to fill it up to a cup with distilled water. I don't know why distilled water. Oh, that's awesome. Like I said, always a hot mess. I don't know why distilled water seems to work. I'm going to go with it until something else happens. So once you have that, I'll have to clean that lid off, I guess. Oh, get that over there. You're going to mix it together. It will turn cloudy, as everyone will tell you, and then it'll get clear. So we are good there. And then all I do is I really just pour it in. Normally, I would pour it in and let it sit, just so I can confirm it's not leaking. But since we're doing a tutorial, I'm just gonna go with it, keep my fingers crossed, and hope it works out. So I put it almost all the way to the top, and then I'm gonna throw some glitter in it. So what glitter are we using? So what I've used for these cups is from Sass & Crafts. Silent Night is one of them, and then they also have a really great like sample pack that has, I think, almost all of the snowflakes. So in this one, I'm going to do this one because, and which is honestly why I did the blue background, so these come through. If you use this on a silver, you're gonna lose some of them. There's snowflakes in here that you can't even see because of the white and the silver background. So what I found is I try and do contrasting colors on these just so you can see those snowflakes. If not, it's kind of like meh. The other thing I like is golden opal. It gives a really good glitter, I think, to it. This is a chunky mix, And so there is some smaller glitter in here, but I don't typically have too much of an issue, I don't think, with glitter clumping. So this is what I used when I did this tumbler originally. So I am literally just going to now, this is where it gets really fun, where you get to watch me add glitter into this and try and open the bag. And so I just take pinches of it and start throwing it in there. And it does not like to go down in there. I don't know where this came from, but I had it in my little stash of stuff. And so I would use it just to start, I don't know if you can see it, just to start pushing it down in there. And then I just keep adding. I don't know where I decide to stop. I just keep going. Sometimes it's overkill. Sometimes I think it's not enough. Since the majority of this cup is going to be covered with paint, because again, it's a peekaboo, I feel a little bit more is extra so that it'll definitely see through. And once you start getting it down in there, I just start turning it back and forth just to get it moving. It likes to sit at the top. And we really want it, I'm sure I'm going to spill it, but we really want it to start moving down to the bottom. Add a few blue ones in there just for fun. I do know with Sass & Craft they come in, there's some gold ones, there's white ones in here, there's silver ones in here, there's hollow ones in here. There's silver hollow, there's like a whole bucket ton of them. On the gold one that I did a copper background, and some of the snowflakes are white and gold. I just tried to keep the silver out of it, and I didn't use the blue either. But, I mean, you can use any color base you want. Again, I just recommend doing something that's a little darker so that these snowflakes pop up. Because it is a Snowglobe tumbler. So you just keep moving it around. Some people have funnels. Some people, again, I've watched a lot of videos on it, and some people have funnels, and I just dump it. It takes a while. I usually have the TV going so I can see it, and I just keep pushing it down and pushing it down. Yep, makes a mess. I'm okay with it. Pretty much make a mess every time. But I mean, hello. So I just keep adding glitter and adding glitter and adding glitter. So you can see, whoop, there it goes. I told you I was going to spill it. So that opal just does a whole lot, I think. Tends to be a little translucent, so it picks up the blue behind it. It has really good sparkle to it, so that's why I like it. I use it on a lot. If you don't have this, it's a fantastic glitter to have. Like sometimes some people talk about doing like kind of a, I don't know if it's a fake or a faux, where you're able to just spray paint it. You throw the golden opal over top of it and the color comes through. So, you know, if you're in a pinch and need to try and do a quick ombre, super easy way to do it. One of my favorite colors, always have it in stock. I just keep on going until it gets to where I'm like, nah, that's good. That's enough glitter for me, at least. Some people like a lot of glitter. Some people like a little bit of glitter. I figure if you're watching this, you probably like a lot of glitter. That's just my opinion. All right, that's probably the last I'm going to use of that because, well. And then let's just add some more snowflakes, and then I think we're going to call it done. Don't worry about any of the mess. We're going to clean that all up before we do the other part. I have to check and make sure you guys can even see what it is that I'm doing. Again, this is the first time I've made other videos, but not for this. So hopefully it's coming across. You can hear me. By the way, I've never put any videos together before, like edited them, so we'll see how that turns out at the end, right? All right, so I'm going to add a little bit more of the liquid to start getting some of this moving down. And yeah, I am going to fill it all the way up to the edge once I get once it all gets down, all said and done. And again, I didn't figure out how to do this all on my own. Other fantastic ladies and men out there doing some other videos. I just watch the videos and try it. That's really all you can do. And I just totally went a little overboard. So we're going to sop some of that up because you can't function. If the water goes over top, it's hard to keep pushing. It's just going to push all the glitter out. So I try and keep it at least below. So just use a towel. It'll sop it up pretty quick. This one actually feels like it's actually pretty centered. Sometimes you get this thing and part of it, you know, one half you can't even get a really small fine needle in. This one actually feels like it's set really well, so I'm pretty happy with that. So you can turn, 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 turn. It just starts to make it flow down. Sorry, I got some Christmas music in the background. So if you're watching this in June, my bad. All right, I think, I'm not sure if you can see that. Yeah, there I go spilling it again. I think we're good with the amount of glitter for now. So, hopefully I didn't mess that up. Yep, making a big mess. It's okay. Side-eye. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna kind of clean it up before I add more water again. I've made not quite 10 of these yet, but I'm getting ready to, so I just got a bunch of orders. But we'll see how these do and how they hold up. I've been doing cups for 2.5 years, but most of my cups are, you know, just our regular tumblers. So, you know, I know how those hold up. I don't know how these hold up. I'm hoping they hold up well. And I haven't had a chance to make my own. All right, so again, I'm going all the way up. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't have any on here, but I am pretty much right at that edge. I don't think I could get much closer if I tried. So the next thing we're going to do, right, because, you know, how do you keep it from getting that big hawking bubble in it? We're going to start off with keeping that bubble small. This has been sitting around, see if I can get the bubble. So there it is right there. I mean, if you can see it. There we go. So there's the bubble right there, kind of right there over the tree. So this has been sitting around for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Actually, I think this one I did this a month ago. It never found a home. And so far I don't think I have any issues with it leaking. I did have one where I noticed the bubble getting bigger and bigger and bigger, but I figure it's just going to accumulate under here and it'll just be what it is, I think. Okay, so make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is, you know, how do you keep that water from going down? I'm going to break out the big guns, literally, or you can go get a small one. Again, I got this from watching a video, saw somebody else do it, and I was like, all right, I'll try that. My husband had it in his garage, so I went for it. And so what I do is literally just put it all in there. And then get this out of the way. And this is it's just silicone. It's from Lowe's. I think it costs like $5 for the big tube. Next thing I'm gonna get a stick. What I do, again, from watching the video, I kind of put it on the edge there. And I'm just gonna smooth it around. I'm gonna push it over the water, but again, I'm still coming in at at an angle. Keep moving around. And where it kind of light, add some more in there. The beauty of the silicone, if you mess it up, when you flip it over, you can add more, take it out, whatever you want to do. This particular storyboard is the regular 20 ounce. This 20 ounce skinny has a piece inside that cuts into the silicone, and so you have to do the skinny a little. I do the skinny a little bit different, but this lid shouldn't have an issue. Some people take the lid out. I haven't gotten that far. I just go to this point. So again, it's going to keep going round and round. And then I'm going to clean it up. And that is basically it. And now I'm going to let this sit overnight. I do let it sit overnight. I don't mess with it. Plenty of other things to work on. And then we'll come back after that and we'll talk about what we're going to do to get this ready for epoxy, hydro dip, etc. So hope that works and stay tuned. All right guys, we are back. So the last time, I said last time like this isn't going to be cut together, we put the silicone in this section. So it has cured. Actually, it was 2 days because I meant to do this yesterday and I did not. One of the things I do like to do is just kind of see how that air bubble is doing. It's pretty small. So as you can see, we've got pretty good glitter coverage. So I'm getting ready to spray paint this and then hydro dip it. So what I have done is I've gone on and put the vinyl on. You see all the snowflakes that I will eventually be pulling off. I've already taped the edge of the top because I like my edges taped off. I don't like them to be covered over because I find, you know, if they drop it, then we're good. The other thing is I also taped the bottom and we're just going to screw the bottom on, but I wanted you to see what I had done. So I get that on there semi-tight just so that it doesn't really have any give left to it. You'll notice some of them are white and that's kind of on purpose. This particular snowflake has an inside that I take out and I'm not sure if I had cut it. I actually did cut it in black and I was worried that when I did the spray paint you would still see the black, so I ended up doing these in white because this outer edge and some of the middle is going to stay. So just to give it a little bit of I don't know, dimension, some extra character, whatever you want to call it. But everything else that's on here, I'm going to spray paint over it. We're going to, you know, to do the peekaboo, and we're going to then come back once everything's dry, and we're going to remove majority of this vinyl. Okay, so that is just, you can see the yay glitter. It's so pretty. In some places it gets a little together, and so it's clumping a little bit, but honestly, you're not going to see much of that once the majority of the paint is on. That's the first time I've actually seen that happen, but that's okay. It's still pretty. It's so pretty. Okay, I am getting ready to spray paint it. Right now, this is what I'm getting ready to use. I'm going to spray paint the entire cup this color as my base coat instead of the white. And the one thing I like about this, I do a light coat of it. And what you'll find is you actually can see through this a little bit. So it's a little bit translucent, so you can still see some of the glitter, where the other colors, such as the silver and the white, that'll be the hydro dip, will cover up. So fingers crossed the hydro dip works. So I'm going to go, again, spray paint base coat with this one. And then we'll come back with a video on the hydro dip. Okay, so we're going to hydro dip in the dark because I did not plan accordingly. So again, 3 things to spray paint. Hopefully this works out for us. We shall see. I don't have any rhyme or reason. My husband's helping me out on how I do this. I just start spraying. I don't need as much white, but I do want the silver. Hopefully this will work out for us. I'm just going to add a little bit of that white in there again because I'm running out of time. At least I think. I have no idea. Alright, fingers crossed this works out okay. Alright. And there it is. Yay, it worked, and I forgot to put a plastic bag in there so it's got water all in it, but that'll do. Alright, on to the next step. Alright, we are at our final step. So I have, of course, the glitter is in the tumbler. Yes. And we hydro dipped it, and it worked out well because I will tell you what, guys. And so you can see the glitter kind of through that, which I really like. There's some translucency. I'll be honest, when I hydro dip, I never know what's going to happen. I had hydro dipped these other ones like this, and then I hydro dipped another one, and it literally looked like murder. Luckily, it was on a regular tumbler, so I could get most of it off with acetone and try it again, which is the beauty of a hydro dip. You can try it again. The problem with this, because of this top is acrylic, if I mess it up, I really can't go back and take any off. Because sometimes I like to take some of it off and show through, which would be nice to be able to show through. But I don't want to scratch that, which the acetone will do. I have found that the epoxy tends to fill that in, but I don't need to chance it. I don't have time for that. So we are ready, as far as I'm concerned, to put on the epoxy. You can add extra outside if you like, but right now we're going to go on because, quite frankly, I need to get this one done because they need it right after Christmas. So I've got my epoxy ready. Again, I use Alumilite, and I'll be using Alumilite on this one. What I am doing is I am going to add some bling to it. So this is really, really, really fine glitter. It's Sass & Crafts Hollow Bling Additive that I add to it. I add this to sometimes quite a few cups that may not have as much glitter on the outside. Really gives it a little bit of extra. And you can't see this because it just moved off camera. So I do like that much. I just messed that up, but okay. And then I'm just going to add it in there. I don't need this much. I just realized I messed up because I was going to split this epoxy in two so that I could do another cup that's waiting. So now I'm just going to waste epoxy, but meh, it's all right. But now because I have quite a bit more, I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more because, well, you know, as far as I'm concerned, can't have too much glitter. But that's just me. Not everybody agrees with me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and throw that on. I'm gonna close up my glitter, put that off to the side, get my gloves on. Of course, wear your proper protective gear. I do not have on a mask right now because I don't know how to do that and video that at the same time. So we're just going to do what we do. And guys, I'm just going to start slapping it on. I mean, literally. This has been sitting for about 2 days now. When I get to it, I'll show you the spot that messed up. But I mean, this turned out fantastic, I think, in my own humble opinion. I love the way this Milky Way turned out. And let me show you where I messed up. So you can see it right here, how I messed up. Well, if you can see it, you could see the rim because there was tape up there. And when I removed the vinyl, you could see it. So I just went in with some white and silver alcohol ink and covered it up, and we'll call it done. And hopefully it works out for me. I did not, you probably won't see the portion where I take off the vinyl because, well, that didn't work out as well as everything else has. So we're just gonna leave that part out. Now that's pretty much gonna be it. We're going to get it turning. I'll add a little bit more because I'm hoping this is a one and done, and I don't have to add any additional layers. I'm going to hit this with a torch, which I'll show you here in a second. Hopefully I don't set anything on fire. Remove the vinyl. And hopefully tomorrow she will show me that she's ready to go. Yeah, I'm thinking we're done. And there goes the glitter traveling around. It's just one of my favorite parts. I hope you can see that. I hope it's coming through. Yes. I'm gonna grab my torch. Torch is running out. Stop any of those bubbles. Again, just being careful. This isn't like some of the other cups, that are stainless steel. The outer core is acrylic. So I'm loving this. The little bit of shimmer that it gives, you probably can't, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I think it looks fantastic. But that's going to be it. When it's done, I'll take it off and show you. But right now, we're just going to let it spin. We'll show you the finished product shortly. Okay, so here is the, I have to give it a good shake. Here is the final product. Took it off the turner this morning. This morning we took that off the turner, so you can see all the fun glitter is in there. Ideally no leaks. I did see a spot. I actually am going to have to put it on the turner one more night because sometimes it doesn't adhere really well when you've got that tape, and I'm going to have to take that off, but that's just me finding all the flaws. But holy Toledo, love all this silver in here. I love how some of it's translucent and you can see it, but hopefully this will make Megan a very happy girl. So I hope that's right, Tucker. Megan will be happy. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you to know how to do what I do. Again, thanks to everyone who helped me figure out how to get this far. Yep, Tucker thinks so too. So I hope this helped you. Like it, I think, are what you're supposed to do. And leave me any comments. And talk to y'all soon. Bye.